Before we can understand the barbarian kingdoms that replaced Roman rule in the West, we must first confront a fundamental problem of language. The word barbarian is not a neutral description. It is a Roman label shaped by Roman assumptions, fears, and cultural boundaries. If we accept it uncritically, we misunderstand both the people it describes and the world they helped create. To the Romans, a barbarous was simply someone who did not share Roman language, law, and custom. The term carried connotations of foreignness and disorder, but it did not originally imply savagery or primitivism. In fact, many of the so-called barbarians had lived for generations along Rome's frontiers, trading with Romans, serving in Roman armies, and absorbing Roman culture in selective ways. These were not unknown outsiders suddenly descending upon civilization. They were neighbors, allies, recruits, and sometimes Roman subjects. The barbarian peoples of late antiquity, Goths, Franks, Burgundians, Vandals, Saxons, and others, were not unified nations. They did not share a common identity or political structure. They were loose confederations formed through migration, warfare, and leadership, often reshaped repeatedly over time. Their identities were flexible, not fixed. This matters because it undermines the popular image of Rome being overwhelmed by a single barbarian force. What Rome encountered was a fragmented and dynamic frontier world, interacting continuously with the empire itself. Equally important is what these groups wanted. Contrary to older narratives, most barbarian peoples did not seek to destroy Rome. They sought security, land, legitimacy, and inclusion, often within the Roman system. Many entered imperial territory under treaty. Many served Rome faithfully. Many adopted Roman titles, laws, and religious practices. The crisis arose not because barbarians rejected Rome, but because Rome could no longer absorb and govern them effectively. By the 5th century, Roman authority in the West was collapsing, but Roman civilization remained deeply influential. The question then was not whether Roman culture would survive, but who would carry it forward. The barbarian kingdoms were the answer, not as agents of chaos, but as reluctant heirs to a failing imperial order. To understand the early Middle Ages, we must therefore abandon the idea of barbarians as destroyers and see them instead as participants in a historical transition, one shaped as much by Roman weakness as by barbarian initiative. This reframing is essential. Without it, the rise of barbarian kingdoms appears as a rupture. With it, they appear as a continuation under new conditions.